Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about top 5 most voted Python programming questions in Stack Overflow. If you are a programmer, no wonder you already know that Stack Overflow is a question and answer website for professionals and enthusiast programmers. Is there a day where developer have not visited Stack Overflow website while coding? I don't think so. Without Stack Overflow, I can't even imagine how a developer's day will look like. So let's start looking into the top 5 most voted Python programming questions in Stack Overflow. Number 5. How do I check whether a file exists without exceptions? If you are a Python programmer or a data engineer, I hope you would have definitely come across this scenario where you would have worked with files. When you start an operation with file, first step you should do is to check if a file is present in a particular path or not. That's when the programmer scratches his or her head to check if there is a better way to verify this. Did you ever add this question as a programmer? Let us know more in comments. Number 4. What are meta classes in Python? A meta class in Python is a class of class that defines how a class behaves. A class itself an instance of a meta class. In order to understand meta classes well, one needs to have prior experience working with Python classes. Have you ever developed a large systems which uses object-oriented programming? Then I hope one might have a lot of questions in meta classes. Number 3. Does Python have a ternary conditional operator? Ternary operators are also known as conditional expressions or operators that evaluate something based on a condition being true or false. These are operators that test a condition and based on that evaluates a value. A lot of experienced programmers use ternary operators to write programs in an efficient fashion. Quite a lot of beginners do not have much idea about what ternary operator is all about. Hence, this question is very much popular. Number 2. What does the if name and main do? Name is a global variable that exists in all namespaces. It is typically the module's name. Otherwise, anonymous global namespace is assigned to the value of main to its name. If you have ever written a function or a module which need to be imported to another script, then this operation comes in very handy. If you are still executing the script by using a traditional way by calling a function, then it's time to try this operation, which is very much helpful. Finally, coming to number 1, what does the yield keyword do? Yield is a keyword in Python which is used to return from a function without destroying the state of its local variable, and when the function is called, the execution starts from the last yield statement. To understand what yield does, one must understand what generators are. And before you can understand generators, you must understand what iterables are. So what are iterables? When you create a list, you can read its items one by one. Reading its items one by one is called iteration. Now, what are generators? Generators are iterators, a kind of iterable you can only iterate over once. Generators do not store all the values in memory. They generate the values on the fly. And then what is yield? Yield is a keyword in Python that is used like return, except the function will return a generator. As a conclusion, we should use yield when we want to iterate over a sequence, but don't want to store the entire sequence in memory. So performance wise, it is very efficient. No wonder questions related to yield is more popular. Are you still using return? It's time to use the use of yield instead of return. I have made a separate video explaining the use of yield keyword and generators, which I have added in the description for more understanding. Thanks guys. We'll meet you in another interesting Python related video. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Tada, bye.